Episode 81 of What If Civilization Started Over. Let's get into it. So, this episode, a lot of things happened, including, some stuff happened here and Quebec and America. Today we're going to be starting with the Mediterranean Empire. I saw in the comments one person said that this thing would realistically would collapse instantly in 4 seconds. And they're correct. But because there's a lot of different cultures in real life: Portuguese, Spanish, French, Italian, bunch of Balkan, Middle Eastern. Yeah, it's a little different in this world, for a few reasons. A lot of it is sort of united, but not. Yeah, they have an Iberian religion. The yellow. Let me just make a quick religion map of this Mediterranean empire. So the yellow religion spans all of these areas that I've colored in yellow, and also these areas that look like this, which in real life includes Algerian and a bunch of African religions, and yeah. And when we go to North Africa, the green religion here that I'm coloring in is the Egyptian religion, which is also pretty big across this area. There's also the blue religion, which takes up the rest of North Africa, and there's a lot more blue religion. When we go over to the Middle East, we can see religions. Probably one of the most diverse places when it comes to religion. There's Egyptian religion here. There's also the orange one, which is Iraq's religion. There's also the Turkish religion. Oh wait, so that's the blue religion, because, yeah. And this is basically the Middle Eastern map. And the rest of this is, well, basically blue religion. And this is the religion map, or quick religion map, of the Mediterranean country union. There's probably also a bit of red religion across here. Yeah. And we can talk about that because the Mediterranean country is very unstable. But how are they still alive? The answer is force. They're a dictatorship, if you didn't know that. And, well, that's something. Dictatorships have been rising around the world. Also, yeah. And they are a dictatorship that uses force, so any rebellions that may pop up or riots, that they just are gone immediately. And people are scared to rebel because of this. Yeah, they vaporized that from existence. Yeah. But the Mediterranean country is going to be putting a new policy onto Sicily. Everybody has to follow the Mediterranean religion. And so basically the Mediterranean country is making a new religion. So if we look at the map of Sicily, I don't have the religion map, but the militias or groups are going to go into Sicily and ask people to become part of the religion. And, well, if they say no, and, the Sicilian island is the religion, and, they just force the entire island to become Sicilian by manslaughtering. Yeah. Not very nice stuff. And Sicily is now this new Mediterranean religion thing. Yeah. That's something. And footage of this gets leaked to the world, and countries are backlashing this. Like, Ukraine, what are you doing? There's religions everywhere across the Mediterranean, from all over the world, because this is a still very prospering country. And, the Ukrainian people are, protesting this to stop it. And the Ukrainian government is going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is just, why are you doing this? The Mediterranean country is like, this is our land. We can do what we want with it. And the Ukrainians like, no, you're killing a people. And, the Mediterranean country doesn't care. And Ukraine leaves being angry. And this alarms the world. Who knows what could happen next? Yeah. Time to look at the expansions. Wait. Oh, yeah. Time to talk about these things now. These very nuclear bomb thingy-majingies. Alright, the Mediterranean countries made more. And now they have 50. Why is the font size so small? I don't know. 50. Yeah. 50. Alright, 50. No, 15. Yeah. 15. There, 15 of these bombs. And Ukraine is going to be making 3. They've stole some technology from the Mediterranean country, and now they have these bombs stations in places. Yeah. Time to go to alliances because we're going to be having some expansions of certain alliances, mainly the Hexagon Alliance. As this country. Oh, wait, you can't even see that. Let me change that. No. There. Now you can see that. And also, this country joins the hexagons, and so does this country, and this country, and this country. Yeah. And then shortly after, South Africa and these other Southern African countries join this. And, with the things going on in Sicily, some countries are going to be leaving the CS, such as the Southern African countries. And other countries are going to be leaving the alliance as well, across Asia, mainly. But the pink country is still going to be staying in it until they aren't. As this country thingy-majing is collapsing, as countries don't want to be parts of this. And also all Brazilians leave the triangles. Yeah. Why are those on the same layer? I don't know, but this is what the map still looks like. Oh, and these guys leave. Wait, did I put these on the right layer? Let me check. Yeah, they did. Now it's time to look at Mexico. Because Mexico is having stability issues. They leave the CN. And, well, yeah. And, basically, the Mediterranean country abandons them. Not very good. And Mexico goes into a civil war. Because there's unrest in the Caribbean as the Caribbean islands and Mexico break away. And this is something as Mexico will be sending their troops in, and these rebels will be quickly defeated, and nothing else is going to happen again. Who knows what might happen soon, but time to stay here because this country is going to be joining the American country. An actual change on the map this time. One change. And then shortly after, this country joins. And, well, an idea for United America happens. And there's a sort of rivalry here between, well, the Mexico and America. And it's made even more apparent when this happens. And, yeah, it's made even more apparent when that happens. Yeah. And, well, stuff been happening. Time to go back to the daily Pink Team expansions. Because the Pink Team wants to reform their empire. They used to have, if you don't know, the Pink Team used to have an empire, like in ancient times that used to look like something like this. And, well, it looked something like this. It kind of had all these territories. Probably more like this. It was really big. So then they want that empire back. So the Pink Team is going to be expanding into this country here in order to attempt to reform that empire. And they will be sending the troops in, being a stronger country in the world now, at least compared to other countries like their neighbors, as they will be reaching the capital region. And then China will be declaring war on this country, as they will be, well, squeezing the country, and we can look at a peace treaty. Like some stuff happens. My recording cut out, and this was the peace treaty. It divided. Capital of that country doesn't exist, and some stuff happened in Southern Asia, as these two countries here got gobbled up by China, and Myanmar and these countries, and China expanded a lot. India betrayed their alliance and got this territory because they got countries to join them. And also the Pink Team invaded this country. Yeah. And other than that, power rankings? Not much shots. Oh yeah, these two, had stuff. Small Quirian Rebellion here. Power rankings. So basically, let me get back into the episode. So basically, these are the quick power rankings, and these lines are basically gaps. This line means that China and the Mediterranean Empire and Ukraine are a lot stronger than the rest of these. And Ukraine and Mediterranean Empire are still a lot stronger than China. It's been a couple decades since this. It's currently 2 2100 right now. So 2100. That's the year currently, and it's been a few decades, like a decade or two, since Chinese invasions. But then it becomes 2101, and it's currently August 29th when a plane from the Mexican Empire launches from the country. It goes through here, and eventually it lands on September 1st, and goes in a pit stop area for refueling in the Mediterranean Empire. Yeah. And some expansions. Yeah. This is the new map, if you can see it. And it doesn't take off until midnight, roughly midnight. A little after midnight on September 10th. And then, well, it goes ahead, and well, it's September 11th now when it reaches Ukraine. And at around 8 o'clock in the morning, bam, 4 planes hit 2 towers and 2 government buildings. One tower was the headquarters of the Hexagon Alliance, and the other was another major part of it. The 2 others were government buildings, and many people died. And well, the plane is there and crashed right there for a few days. No, actually right here. Oh, you can't even see that. So basically, they realized that there were secret government documents in there that were revealing plans that to hijack this plane to crash into here. It was going to Caucasia, by the way. And well, the Ukrainians bring this to the Mediterranean Empire, and they're like, what? And what did you just do to our people, in our government, in our alliance? And the Mediterranean country's like, what? We didn't do anything, sarcastically. And the Ukrainians are like, we know you did it. We know. Look at these documents. And the Mediterranean country is denying, sarcastically, of course. And the Ukrainians are like, whoa, we're going. Bye. And they leave. And it's been a couple years since. It is, yeah. And it's been actually a decade or two. It is currently 2125. And on that same day, September 11th, 2125, the Gold Team, Ukrainians, declare war on the Mediterranean Union Empire. And alongside them, every single nation that is currently within the Hexagon Alliance. So the Red Team, Germany, the tiny red country. Yeah, the red country is also invading Ireland. And well, also a bunch of stuff happening here. Ukraine doesn't just invade the Mediterranean, they also invade Caucasia, alongside the orange country, the red country, and eventually all of these countries right here, as they all will be sending their troops, countries that have never had a fight before, other than rebellions from Russia, just like this pink country, attack this country. As this was unexpected, nobody saw it coming. And well, once Persia's fully invaded, and this is the front lines, and well, once America invades the Louisiana and Texan part of Mexico, the Mediterranean Empire, alongside with the rest of the Triangle Alliance, declares war on the Hexagon Alliance, officially starting World War V. That is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of What If Civilization Started Over. See you in the next episode where we look at the beginning of World War V. Bye!